Maypearl, Texas native Bart Crow barreled through a crossroads in his musical career due to a serious back injury. The result was his project called Dandelion. He sat down with us recently to talk about this Justin Pollard produced album.
I will go if you ask me to, and I will stay if you dare.
My latest album, Dandelion, is my fourth studio album, fifth record that I've put out. But it was my first studio album in 4 years. It was my first album to do without my band. Didn't know who we were going to use to produce the album. Just as fate would have it, Justin Pollard, who I'd only known through playing a couple shows with Pat, the calendar lined up where he and I were going to go in the studio together first. Justin had convinced me, you know, hey, I've got a group of guys that I do records with and play a lot of studio stuff with that we can come in and in half the time that it would take for us to even teach your band, regardless how amazing they are, he's like, I've just had years of experience with this group of guys, which was new for me. I mean, I let him kind of sell me on that. I was like, all right, let's give it a try. I mean, shoot, who knows? It was the first experience I've ever had of like capturing some magic in the studio. Ended up going from 1 day to recording 3 days, taking a 2-month break, come back and recording 3 more days, and we did 15 songs in 6 days. I personally think it's the best material I've ever recorded.
From all the footprints, baby, back when they walked all over you. Is it someone that you're into, mama, or someone that you use? Whoa, my darling, you got love on the line. Oh, my darling, I swear loving you's a crime. I have my eyes set on you one time.
Next single is Loving You's a Crime, and so it was time to shoot another video. So we went back home to Waxahachie and Maypearl. Man, we had a blast. We had such a good time and felt like I was in good hands. And I'm friends with the sheriff in Ellis County, and basically opened the jailhouse to us, gave me, Bart Crow, the keys to a sheriff's deputy's car and said, bring it back when you are done this evening. Bringing friends of mine from Maypearl and my family into the video was kind of a neat thing to do. The song Dandelion is actually a Matt Powell tune. That was just a favorite song of mine from that record of his that I had. My manager was like, hey man, you ever thought about putting some cover songs? And just me being open-minded, and first record with management, first record without the band, first studio album in 4 years, I'm up for trying anything. I wanted to make it our own song, but respect the song. But at the same time, it needed to be a Bart Crow tune.
She's my dirty girl, my dandelion. If I'm smiling, you know she's on my mind.
The song Thank You on the record, that's one of my favorite because it is an autobiography of myself from the moment I met my wife, through dating, through being my wife now. Plus, someone told me one time that, he said, man, I don't know how you pulled it off, but you flowed the word Waxahachie in a song. So that in itself, I've been told, was a pretty remarkable feat.
I was all the way from Georgia, where I'd gone to fight the war. I knew that I had fell in love when I drove away that night. I wanted to say thank you for giving me this life.
I also love the song Swing to the Radio because I think it's the most different song I've ever written. It was definitely out of my Bart comfort zone. Hayes Carll's record, the K-Mag record, had just come out. That was kind of the hot thing on our record player at the house. And then Hayes and his family came over for dinner one night. We were just talking shop. And the next day I had writing, you know, just went to music lab just right by myself. And really, I think it just kind of honestly stole from Hayes the idea and the melody and the whole just wordy song. When Justin came about, he was like, I'd really dig that song. So of course me is like, oh yeah, I'm with you.
Next day, 6 o'clock, turning off alarm clock, achy head, migraine, hung over once again. Tough it out through the day, pipeline, I gotta lay, wanna go to bed, but mama says it's Saturday. She wants to boogie to the rock and roll. Babe, I don't care, I don't listen
he and I actually did an acoustic show together, and I said, well, here's my Hayes Carl ripoff song, and played it. So, I don't know, it was definitely Hayes influenced the style and the structure of it, and then for me to pull it off was kind of like, yeah. And I like good music, and, you know, like somebody said, great songs aren't written, they're rewritten. So, for whatever that's worth, it made me feel good.
If I go, I'm going crazy.